Hi everyone, today we're going to make this French beret with this crisscross details on the side. I will be using a DK weight yarn and a 3mm hook. Now normally when you're using a DK weight yarn you should be using a 4mm hook, but sometimes I do like to play with the hook sizes, so I'll use this. If you want to go for a thicker yarn you can do so. This one I used a DK weight yarn, but I think it was on a slightly thinner side of a DK, and use this 3mm hook. And my measurements, it turned out to be 10 inches and 26 centimeters. So if you'd like to have more like a slouchy beret, you can make it a bit bigger than what I did, but we'll talk about that later. So let's get started. I'm going to start by making a magic circle. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work 20 double crochets into the magic circle. 1. The first chain is not going to be counted as one of the 20 double crochets. So this one is my first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue like this and I'll meet you at the end. 19 and 20. Now we're going to make a slip stitch and join these two. Find the 1, 2, 3, third chain from the bottom and make a slip stitch. So we have completed row number 1. Pull this little yarn to make that gap smaller. Now we're starting row number 2. I'm going to chain 3, 1 and 3, and I'm going to work 2 double crochets into the very first stitch. Again, this one, the first chain that we chained, does not count as a double crochet. So I crochet 2 double crochets into the very first stitch, and I'm going to make a double crochet into the second one. Now 2 double crochets into the next one. 1, 2, 1 double crochet into the next. We're going to repeat this pattern, so 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and I'll meet you at the end. Now I have 1 last stitch left, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet into that one. And I'm going to join these two. So 1, 2, 3, make a slip stitch. There you go. Don't forget to count every row because it's really easy to make a mistake. You just get carried away, and so you should have 30 double crochets on your second row. Now to start our third row, I'm going to make a little slip stitch into the hole. I'll show you that again. So this is our chain, and this one is our first double crochet. Right into the middle, make a slip stitch and chain 3. Now we are going to work front loop double crochets into the 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. So let's start by making our first one, front loop, front post double crochet 1 and 2. Now remember, we worked only 1 double crochet in the next stitch on row number 2, so we are going to make 1 double crochet on each side of that double crochet. I'm not going to work into the stitch, I'm going to work into the space in between right there. So this is our second front loop double crochet. I insert my hook into the hole right next to it, double crochet number 1, and I'm going to work the second double crochet into the next space. So we have 1 double crochet on the left side and 1 double crochet on the right side of the double crochet that we worked on row number 2. Now next is the 2 double crochets that we worked into the same stitch on row number 2. I'm going to make 2 front post double crochets into each one, 1 and 2. Next one is the 1 double crochet in 1 stitch, so we're going to have 1 double crochet on each side of it, 1 into the gap, 2, 2 front post double crochets, 1, 2, and 2 double crochets on each side, 1 and 2. Continue like this till you reach the end. Now I worked my last 2 front post double crochet. I have 1 double crochet left to work on row number 2. I'm going to work my double crochet on one side and the last one on the other side, and join these 2. 1, 2, 3. Make a slip stitch. There you go. So remember, we started by making a front post double crochet, so we're going to continue with that. To do that, I'm gonna have to make a slip stitch right here and chain 3. Now these 2 are my front posts, 1 and 2. But instead of making 2, I'm going to work 3 double crochets on each one of these spaces. So I'm continuing to increase to make my circle bigger. So now I have 1, 2, and 3 double crochets. and these two are my 2 front post double crochets. I'm going to work 2 front post double crochets into the same ones. Now I'm going to work 3 double crochets into each one of these spaces, and I'm going to continue like that till I reach the end. So what we're doing basically is these lines are the front post double crochets, and everything else is going to be the ones in between. So on every row, I'm going to increase the number of double crochets in between these front post double crochets until I reach the desired length. Now let's do a couple of more rows to give you a better idea. Three double crochets, two front posts, continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I did my last 2 front post double crochets and I'm on my 3rd double crochet, and this row is finished. I'm going to join these two with a slip stitch. There. So we started to get that bumpy effect on these front posts. Now I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to insert my hook right before my first front post double crochet into here and make a slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, work 2 front post double crochets, and I'm going to increase the number of double crochets in between the 2 front post double crochets to 4. So in the previous row we had 1, 2, 3. On this row we're going to have 4, and on each row, as your circle gets bigger, you're going to have 5, 6, 7, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 front post double crochets, 1, and 2, now I'm going to work 4 double crochets in between the spaces, two front posts, four double crochets, 2, 3, and 4, two front post double crochets, 1 and 2, 4 double crochets, 3 and 4. Now continue like this until you reach your desired size. from the previous one I made. So I think I have 12 rows here. Yeah, it's around 4.5 inches from the center. This time, because my yarn is a bit slightly thicker, I think I'm gonna work 4.5 again, because I want to make it a bit bigger. If it's not enough, I'll probably make it till maybe 5 inches. We'll see. So continue working the same way. Just don't forget to increase your double crochets in between the front post double crochets. So after this row, you should have 5, and on the other row, you should have 6, on the other 7. Let's continue like that, and I'll meet you at the end of the circle. Now I have 12 double crochets in between these triangles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Join it with a slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 3, and we will start making this section, the crisscrosses. Now we are going to work a quadruple crochet. So yarn over 3 times. You should have 4 loops on the hook, and we're going to count including the chain we did on the previous row. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So into the 4th one, make a front post quadruple. Pull through once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. Let's do that again. So yarn over once, twice, and 3 times, and into the next double crochet, make a front post quadruple crochet. So pull once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. Now I'm going to do it one more time into this next double crochet. Yarn over once, twice, 3 times, insert your hook, pull the yarn. You should have 5 loops on the hook in total. Pull through once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. Now I'm going to go back to the first one that we skipped. So I go back 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work another quadruple crochet, front post quadruple in there. 2, 3, 4. And do the exact same thing on these 2. So yarn over 3 times, make a front post quadruple, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 1, 2, 3. Oops. Sorry, I need to do that again. Once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. Now, as you can see, we have the first section. Now I'm going to start counting from the last quadruple that we worked on. So this is going to be my first 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the fourth one, I'm going to make another quadruple crochet. So yarn over 3 times. You should have 4 loops in total on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, front post quadruple crochet. Make the second one right into the next double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the third one right next to it. 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to go back to the first one that we counted, which is the last quadruple that we worked on our first group. So yarn over 3 times. I'm going to go back to the third one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, as you can see, I have 2 double crochets left, and I'm going to do the same thing I did here. So I'm going to work 2 front post quadruple crochets there. Yarn over 3 times, front post, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we have the second group. Let's do another one together. So I'm going to start counting from the last quadruple that we worked on. So 1, 2, 3, into the fourth one. I'm going to work my first quadruple. My second front post quadruple. And the third one. Now I'm going to go back to the first one and work a quadruple, front post quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have one last double crochet to work on. 3 times, front post quadruple. So in each section you should have 6 stitches worked, and we'll continue all the way around and meet at the end. But first I want to show it one more time to make sure that everything is clear. So now this is the last one that I worked on. Here is the quadruple right here. I'm going to start counting from that one. So this is my first one, second, third, and fourth. Into the fourth one, make a front post quadruple crochet and do 2 more. Now I will go back to the ones that I skipped and work 3 front post quadruple crochets into the first one, second and third. My second one, and third one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in total. So continue like this and I will meet you at the end. Now that I have finished my round, find your first 3 chains and make a slip stitch. Now I'm going to make 3 more slip stitches. 1, 2, and 3. I'm on top of the third quadruple crochet. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be my starting point for this row. Now this time we're going to be working on these 3 stitches that are behind these 3, okay? So it might get a bit tricky, take your time. So we're going to be making front post quadruple crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now to give that crisscross effect, I'm going to work 3 quadruples on these 3, but I'm not going to work from the front, but I'm going to work from behind. So what I need to do is flip this bit to the front, or take your hook, bring it from behind. Don't forget to yarn over 3 times. Bring your hook through the gap, make a front post, quadruple. So this is my first one, as you can see right here. I'm going to do the second one, yarn over 3 times, bring your hook from behind into the second one, and if you fold this one like this, it's so much easier to work your quadruple. 2, 1, 2, and for the last one, three. Now, as you can see, what was in front at the previous row is now at behind, and what was behind previous row is now at front. So that's what gives us that crisscross effect. Now let's continue making another one. Now let's make another one. So yarn over 3 times. Now I'm going to skip these 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to find my quadruples that are at the back. And I'm going to work a front post quadruple. Find the second one that is at the back. And the third one. Now I'm going to go back and work my quadruples on these 3, and I'm going to do it behind these 3 that I just worked. So yarn over 3 times, take your hook, bring it behind of these 3, find the first one, flip this one over, and work your front post quadruple. Here it is. Yarn over 3 times, bring your hook from behind these 3, find the second one, and work your front post quadruple crochet. Now I'm going to work for the last one. Yarn over 3 times, find your third one, flip this bit over, and work your front post quadruple crochet. Just like this. Now continue working the same way all around, and I will meet you at the end. I'm going to start making the last group, the last X shape. Before we start, please remember not to work on this chain that we worked when we started our previous row. So you're only going to be working in these 3 quadruple ones, okay? So yarn over 3 times, sorry. Front post quadruple crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to work behind these 3. Yarn over 3 times, and work a front post quadruple, 1, 2, and 3. There. Now find the first chain that we made. Here it is, 1, 2, 3. On top of this one, make a slip stitch to join these 2. Okay, now we're going to start decreasing. I'm going to start with a chain 3, and this time I'm not going to work into the very first stitch. Instead, I'm going to skip that one into the second one. I'm going to work a double crochet like so, and work another double crochet into the next one. Now I'm going to skip one, and into the second one I'm going to make a double crochet and another one right next to it. So basically what I'm doing is I'm only working on the two stitches on the group of 3. So I'll skip this one into the second one, make a double crochet, and into the third one another double crochet. Skip one and work 2 double crochets, 1, 2, skip one and work 2 double crochets into the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and continue like this all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Now let's join these 2 with a slip stitch. Now our French beret has started to curl, and we're going to start working on this edging. To do that, let's chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to work with double crochets, front post and back post. So let's start with a front post double crochet. So 1 front post double crochet and then a back post double crochet. 1 front post double crochet and 1 back post. 1 front post, 1 back post, 1 front post, 1 back post. Continue like this, and I will meet you at the end. Now I have done my last back post double crochet, and I'm going to join these 2 with a slip stitch, chain 3, and I'm going to continue making a front post first and the back post. Front post double crochet and a back post double crochet. Front post double crochet and a back post double crochet. Oops. Front post double crochet and a back post double crochet. Now I'm going to continue like this with a front post, back post, double crochets until I reach this length. I've done a total of 9 rows, But if you feel like it's too long for you, you can make it even shorter, around 5 or 7. Or if you think it's too thin for you, you can even make it a bit longer, maybe a couple of more rows. Let's work on our edging, and I'll see you at the very end. Now I have done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows for the edging. And now I'm going to weave these threads in. Here we go. Thank you for watching, and see you on my next video. Bye!